Well, it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And to this very day, a lot of us has mixed feelings about that fateful day 20 years ago on September 11th. And I gotta say, I'm one of those people. Why do I say that? It's too well planned out. It's too well organized. And I have to say, all of us has our own opinions on things. All those people killed for nothing at all is basically what I'll call it comes down to. Families impacted for nothing at all. I gotta say is the 9/11 attacks was senseless. It was all greed. I believe President Bush is former President George W. Bush, I should say, is a real terrorist, not Osama bin Laden. He's like Hitler. He's just a fall guy that's just going to agree to go along with things. And why do I say that? It's because it was all arranged for the old King oil. You want the oil for world dominance, and they're willing to kill to achieve that world dominance. I believe nobody at any time has the right to take anybody's life at any time unless it's in self-defense. That day on 9/11, there was no self-defense in need. Everybody was going on their way like they always do. And because of world and political world corruption, 9/11 had taken place. How can the world's most strongest country in the world have all their defense systems down and allow 9/11 to take place? I don't buy it. And how can the world's strongest country in the world, supposedly the world's strongest country, the United States, take years to find a guy running around in the desert in a bedsheet, Osama bin Laden? Something wrong with that. It makes no sense, none whatsoever. I believe we the people, not only in the United States, but across the world, has to take a stronger threshold on the people who we elect and hold them accountable. I believe strongly President Bush is the real terrorist that masterminded the 9/11 attacks, and I don't believe anything what he says. Because the president in power is the person that can hide a lot of stuff but you and I are not aware of. It's sad to admit, but it's true. And why do I say that? Well, like the old saying goes, like with somebody who's been in trouble with the law one too many times, what's the first thing prosecution in the law does with somebody who got conflict with the law when they claim their innocence? They check their background. And when you check the United States, the Americans' background, what do you see? A lot of political concerns, a lot of political corruption had taken place. John F. Kennedy, President Kennedy's assassination. You and I both know Lee Harvey Oswald is not the real gunman. He's the guy that shot President Kennedy, but he's not the guy that delivered the fatal shot. And he was not a lone wolf who did it on his own. Secret Service was behind that. You know it and I know it, but Americans just don't want to admit to it. Because sometimes when you look at a situation that takes place, solving a problematic situation is a lot like solving a math equation. You find the answer real quick if you do your math properly. And when you look at the Kennedy assassination, what do you see? Political corruption. President Kennedy was killed because he was revealing far too many secret documents that the CIA, Secret Service, and the United States government did not want him to reveal. He was crossing big major corporations, banks, and they wanted to bring it to an end. And little did you realize, President Kennedy was not the great, strong politician as everybody made him out to be. In fact, he was trailing in the polls in his first 2 years in office. He only served a 4-year term before his assassination had taken place. And when you look at the President Kennedy's assassination, what else do you see? You look at 9/11. Same setup. I always say if the American people will elect a group of people that will assassinate their own president, they're liable to elect a president who turned around and attacked and killed their own people. And 9/11 is the perfect setup. What I gotta say is, I gotta take my hat off to all you brave, courageous people around the world who opened your doors to the great men and women who live in the United States who was caught in that turmoil on 9/11. You opened your homes to them here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And for President Joe Biden, I ask you, take your hat off and applaud these people here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, for opening their homes to the great American people across the United States of America. One of the greatest countries in the world, and it is. But the United States of America can't be the great country and the best country in the world, or the greatest country in the world, if they got elected people that are turning on their own people, and if they're killing their own elected officials. President Kennedy should never have been assassinated. He should have been alive. He should have been able to finish his 4-year term that he had. He's 1 4-year term. But it is what it is. We can't change the events of the past, but we can change the events in the future. That is why I often say we the people got to take a stronger threshold on the people who we elect. I can't say anything negative about President Joe Biden because he didn't do nothing for me or anybody to talk down on. President Bush, on the other hand, we have lots of room, but that's because you the people elected the wrong people. And I often believe there should be a group of people, authority of people, paid, that goes around, that has a threshold, that has the power to dissolve and terminate elected officials when caught abusing power or caught in scandals. Because it's called restoring democracy, restoring the faith of the people, and protecting the power of the people. That's called democracy. And believe it or not, a lot of people don't believe in democracy, and a lot of people to this very day rather challenge it and do away with it. It happened right here in Nova Scotia, in Truro. Mass shooting taking place. The RCMP got caught in a concern, a scandal. Why is our 911 phone lines overtaken, and why is our police officers taking hours to respond to a mass shooting with a man that has a pretty serious firearm that killed a series of people, but yet the RCMP are taking hours to respond? I believe the American people can achieve great things. But 9/11 to me is a day to remember the great people that died for nothing at all. That's exactly what happened. They died for nothing at all because of world corruption. And not only is 9/11 a day for me to remember the people who lost their lives, but also a day to remember the day when their own president turned on their own people. So I ask you, the great American people, take a stronger threshold on your country. Take a stronger threshold on your elected people and hold them accountable when they overstep the line and when they break the law. And you can also do a better job of re-educating people when they choose to vote for problematic people. You don't need to be aggressive. You don't have to bring violence. You can educate them. Best weapon they have, education. But anyways, my name's Adam Conrod. I thank all you people for allowing those great men and women from the United States into your homes here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and across the world. And I like to tell the American people, us as your Canadian neighbors will always have your back in the time of need. I thank you for watching.